What's going on, everyone? Party Ball back with a quick Stadia update. Of course, before we get started, if you are interested in the latest on Google Stadia and my opinions on it, don't forget to hit subscribe and of course click that bell notification to stay up to date. I will have another video up tomorrow. It'll be about what Stadia will need when base launches, and I want you to definitely check that out and give your opinion on it, because I think it's definitely a huge conversation topic that will definitely help either sway the opinion of Stadia or cement its opinion in the general public. So definitely keep an eye on that. But I wanted to talk about a quick thing that just dropped pretty much before I left for work today, and that's why the audio quality may not be the best, and why the only picture you'll probably see is maybe just the article I am referencing. I did hear about this from StadiaSource.com, so definitely give our friends over there a check out, and don't forget to follow them on Twitter as well at Stadia Source, and follow me at Twitter at PartyBall, and you can get up-to-date thoughts on what I am thinking about the world in general. So let's get into it. The biggest thing that came out today, or just not too long ago, and we kind of talked about this in Party Time Live the other day, about British Telecom overseas in England, and well, the UK in general, I believe. I'm not too familiar with what BT covers in terms of what countries or what space and all that stuff, but forgive my ignorance with that. But overseas, British Telecom, one of the bigger telecommunications company, partnered up with Google to give Premier Editions to new subscribers to their internet service. And there's definitely been a topic since then, at least here in the States, about, well, would we ever see a Comcast or an AT&T or a Verizon or anyone else just kind of partnering up with Google to possibly give out a Premier Edition of their own? And a lot of people didn't think it was going to happen, but here we are talking about it. And right now, Verizon is going to be that partner with Google. And this isn't really, new ground for both companies, as they've definitely partnered up in the past, especially with the Google Pixel launch, which was a Verizon exclusive for quite a while. I believe the Pixel 4 is the first time we've seen it. Or actually, I think the Pixel 3 came to T-Mobile as well. But, I'm kind of jumping out of my area of expertise. But point is that Google and Verizon, have both teamed up in the past. So this isn't, a new partnership of any kind. But it's definitely a new venture for sure, because Verizon FiOS is Verizon's internet service that they provide. They also do a 5G internet-based service, but that's also only available in certain areas. So Verizon FiOS has a small market penetration, just as much as Stadia does right now. So the amount of customers they may reach with this, and the amount of customers that are going to be signing up for FiOS specifically for this may be on the lower end, but Google obviously sees enough of an opportunity here. And you might hear my turn signal in the background as I'm talking, hands-free, by the way, using a lapel mic. Awesome, by the way. And Verizon has a fiber service known as FiOS, and I wish it was available in my area, because it definitely would switch in a heartbeat. But this is definitely big news for Google to be able to partnering up with a United States provider, especially with the way net neutrality and just the telecommunications landscape here in the States is just really, really weird. Google, of course, had problems getting their fiber service laid down and being sued by other companies. And it's just a weird landscape, a lot of money thrown around. And of course, net neutrality is a big thing that we're kind of facing here in the States that is a possibility in the future to lose. But of course, we're getting off topic here. The topic here at hand is that Google is partnering up with an internet provider. So if you are interested in getting Verizon FiOS and it happens to be in your area, and you wanted to try Stadia, this is a good way to do it. Of course, this is going to give Google Stadia to the hands of people that weren't really going to try it by paying for it. So they're not really entirely expecting, the world, I guess, because, well, it's a new service. They're going to try it. Obviously, it's going to come with a 3-month subscription to Stadia Pro. It is exactly what the Premier Edition is. So if you're following this channel, you probably know what that is, which would include the Chromecast Ultra, the white controller with the orange accents, and of course the 3-month subscription to Stadia Pro. Of course, if you have a Premier Edition, this is definitely worthy to note, is that it does not come with buddy passes. That has always been a Founders Edition exclusive feature. So only founders were able to receive buddy passes and give them out. So Premier Edition is pretty much the Founders Edition with a different controller and the lack of a buddy pass. So if you were interested in switching providers, Verizon FiOS is in your area and you weren't really willing to spend the money on Google Stadia, this might be a good time to try it out because you will get it for free starting January 29th is when this will start becoming a promotion that you can definitely get involved in. And in terms of market penetration, this is probably not the best way for Google to get Stadia out there. I think Xfinity or maybe even AT&T would probably be a better way to go about it. But in terms of what your internet connectivity stability might be, I know I constantly have problems with Xfinity during high traffic times. So around the time people get home from work, about that 5:45 to 7 o'clock range is usually when I experience my worst internet hiccups. Hopefully FiOS is a lot better for people in that regard. I know Xfinity is kind of set up a lot differently in terms of people are kind of sharing the same bandwidth, and once someone else starts doing a lot of heavy work on there, it's going to affect you too. So of course, that's my own problem. But like I said, Verizon FiOS, Google Stadia partnering up starting January 29th. I really don't have any of the details outside of that in terms of what I'm going to be able to speak to you. I'll be able to show you because I'm not really looking at it as I am driving, of course. I'm just kind of speaking my mind and letting you know about it because it's big news. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you think Google partnering up with Verizon is an awesome idea, if you think maybe Google should have maybe partnered up with Verizon in terms of maybe their wireless side instead of the FiOS side, let me know about that too. Or if they should be partnering up with another company or just not partnering up with anyone at all. Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, get subscribed as I already mentioned. Of course, we're going to have that video tomorrow about what Stadia base will need to succeed in 2020. Of course, like this video if it helped you out or if you like Google Stadia and what Stadia is promising for the future. And of course, I always will thank you and tell you to party on.